Hi, in this video, I'm going to be talking about why I sleep with crystals under my pillow and why I believe that crystals are very, very important for dream work, and why I know for a fact that crystals open up your awareness. When you have them under your pillow, they open up your awareness and help you connect to heaven, to source, to your higher self, to your heart, to angels coming up and down into your heart and delivering messages. And then in so many ways, you can hear the voice of God. You can hear your higher self speaking, and you can get those messages directly with the help of these crystal babies that are here to help us at this time. I'm telling you, so many wonderful, wonderful things are happening. And you know what? Honestly, I can't believe how beautiful these crystals are. So many days I just stand in awe, and how much support we have out here to help us connect to God, to remember who we are, to just get all this beautiful information. It's just a matter of just relax and allow yourself to expand and let your mind and your heart lead you and guide you. And truly, there is nothing as amazing as just a heart that is receptive of all the good things that God has for us in this planet, and especially at this time. Wonderful things are happening. Okay, so why do I sleep with crystals under my pillow? I usually sleep very well, so sleeping has never been a problem to me, and I've always been a dreamer, so that has never been a problem to me. But usually I like to do things that make sense to me, and usually when I get guidance on why I need to do something and it feels right to me, and I experiment with it and it works, I'm convinced. And once I'm convinced and I love the thing, I'm definitely opening my big mouth and sharing. Okay. So let me tell you how I started sleeping with crystals under my pillow. It was maybe a few years ago when I just got into crystals. And if you are a Christian, I'm not sure whether this is across any other religion or whatever, but my background was basically Christianity, and I'd heard about the story of Jacob and Esau. And what I'm going to say, it's not a religious thing. I'm just using this story as a point to just explain why I started sleeping with crystals under my pillow. So there is a story in the Bible. If you don't read the Bible, you can look it up on Wikipedia. If you just type in Jacob's ladder, it will give you an idea of what the story is. If you're a Christian, you can look up Genesis 28. Hey, I'm getting my preaching on. Okay, so you'll find that story there. But Jacob was running away from his brother Esau. He had stolen his birthright or something. So anyway, one night he decided, he took a stone, and he decided to lay his head on a stone because it was nighttime or whatever. So he lay his head on a stone to use it as a pillow as he went to sleep. And that night when he lay his head on that stone, he had a vision, and it was a vision of heaven. And there was a stairway to heaven, and angels were going up and down this ladder. So he was laying there, and I could visualize this thing, and I remember that story having an impact on me. Gosh, if I could only take my a crystal, and just put it under my head, I can connect to heaven. That night Jacob had a dream. It was a dream that had angels going up to the heavens and coming down. They were kind of descending up and down, up and down. And that visual stuck with me. I wanted this experience. I'm like, man, if I can get a rock and just put it under my head, I would definitely connect to God. I would connect to heaven. I want these angels coming up and down me, because up and down into my body, into my life, because that time I was going through a lot of stuff. So I wanted all the help that I could get. And I was just like, wow, a crystal? I'll just lay my head on a rock, and then these things are going to happen to me. I'm going to have a dream. So that was my intention. So Jacob had this dream. The angels were going up and down the ladder, and then God spoke to him, apparently, and gave him a very wonderful message, very beautiful, supportive message about how his life was going to be and what was going to happen in his life. So this taught me a few things. Caroline, you need a rock under your head when you go to sleep. Because when you sleep, things are going to happen. First of all, there's going to be a connection to heaven. So that taught me that crystals really are a consciousness that open us up and connect us to heaven. They bring heaven and earth together. When you allow your subconscious mind and release it, definitely a crystal under your pillow will connect you to heaven. And it also showed me that angels will descend and come down and minister to me. It will connect me to angels. It will connect me to light. It will open me up to a path, a stairway, and lead me up to God. So that allowed me to see that if I have crystals under my pillow when I go to sleep, definitely angels are coming down. They'll be coming in and out and in and out. Another thing that it showed me was that I would hear the voice of God. I would hear whatever that is for you. I would hear messages. Crystals would allow me to get that pathway to God and allow me to hear messages from my higher self, from heaven. And those messages were supportive. So I learned from this whole experience that, you know what? If I want to hear God, I'm going to hear, he's going to speak, and the message is going to be a good message. So that's what made me start sleeping with crystals under my pillow. Number one, connection to God, opening me up to my senses, having that angelic connection, and getting good, wonderful, life-changing messages from my higher self or from heaven. Okay, so that is the reason why I completely believe that crystals need to be under your pillow. They're here to do a job. Okay, so which crystals do I put under my pillow? They've changed over the years. Because I always emphasize that when you have a crystal, you have to make sure that you understand at least why that crystal is in your life. Try to talk to your babies, talk to your crystal babies, and hear the messages that they have for you so that you can know exactly why they're in your life and what purpose they will serve. So you're just not kind of using crystals just for the sake of using crystals. You can do that if you want to, but sometimes it's so nice. Don't you want to know what your friend is here to do for you, right? You want to know that. You want to know that, oh, if I need this friend of mine can help me in this particular way. So it's important to know what your crystals are doing in your life. And now they're talking. I always say that. So listen to them and you'll find so much, mileage and usage from them. If you're listening to crystals, it's a two-way interaction, communication. Okay, so let me show you the crystals that I have under my bed. This is one of the first crystals that revealed itself to me. She's called Merlin. She, not he. She's called Merlin, and this is the dream originator. So Merlin is always under my pillow because this is how it revealed itself to me. It's a long story. I made a video about it. And Merlin is a Kyanite piece. It goes under my pillow, the dream originator. Damn, I need all the dreams. I love dreams. Okay. And then I have Grandma. Grandma goes under my pillow. Grandma is a Tibetan Quartz, a very weird, odd looking one. And Grandma goes under my pillow because she has ancient wisdom. She's old. She's been there, done that. And she has so much information. She needs to be under my pillow. And that's where she wants to be. And then I have this Amethyst Crystal. Of all my crystals, this one wants to be under my pillow. Amethyst is good for dreams and peaceful, and it's very peaceful stone, very sobering stone, whatnot. So this amethyst piece goes under my pillow just for peaceful sleep. I need to be very peaceful when I'm connecting to heaven in my dreams. So amethyst is here for me. And then I have Rosie. Rosie is my rose quartz. And this is usually my anxiety stone, really. When I have like anxiety attacks or whatever, Rosie goes into my solar plexus, to kind of calm me down and just send love into my solar plexus. But interestingly enough, Rosie likes to be under my pillow as well. And I love her under my pillow when I go to sleep. And then, of course, I have my Angelite, and my Celestite. These are my angel connection stones as they revealed themselves to me. And I do always make an intention when I go to sleep that I want to connect with my soul family. And this helps me to make connections in real life and also in my waking time, so I can see the people that I'm going to meet during the day, because obviously the things that life always goes on whether you're sleeping or not. So this is for my human connection, the human angels that come into my life, and these are for the angelic unseen beings. Well, they're not really unseen, but they're unseen beings who come in to support me. So these also, my angelic stones, go under my pillow at night. And then I also have my green apophyllite, which just is basically for connection with other realms and other dimensions. This green apophyllite baby is just you have no idea, very, very powerful high vibration stone. And then I have the Tektite, Tektite, and my black tourmaline. The Tektite, usually I use it for grounding, and sometimes to connect to other realms and races if need be. And then I also have my black tourmaline, which I use really for grounding purposes, and sometimes also to control. It just depends on a lot of things. Black tourmaline has really been a very calming stone for me and very grounding. And sometimes just to keep stuff away that doesn't need to be in the picture, okay? But still, it's very loving and very protective. So sometimes it goes under my pillow, not all times. It depends on how I'm guided. And then I use my pyramid, my quartz pyramid, to amplify, clear quartz, to amplify and focus energy. It just wants to be under my pillow at night, and just to focus my dreams sometimes, and just to amplify the energy of the other stones. Some stones are also very supportive of other crystals. They help to amplify the energy of other crystals, so that those crystals can work, together to sort of amplify that energy into your purpose and intention. And then, of course, I have this lepidolite with mica. I just put it under there. I don't use it as often as possible, but most people use lepidolites also under their pillows, to help them in dream time. But I sleep so good. Oh my gosh, so good. So sometimes it comes handy, but usually I just put it under there because it's just such a peaceful, loving stone. So lepidolite is another one. And then I put my Lemurian crystal and my other Tibetan Quartz crystal. This I just use because this particular one, I use it for its healing purposes, and because it has a four-sided diamond shape on this. And this is really basically one of my healing crystals. And this symbol of this shape, it has a diamond face. And that is really basically my symbol for healing. That is how I transfer energy in my healing work. So that's the reason why it's under my pillow, because it just represents a lot. I use this Lemurian crystal. Lemurian has not really spoken to me as yet, but I'm trusting that I have a connection with it, and I put it under my pillow just so I could remember in case, things from the past, but it has not really, to be quite honest, spoken anything to me as yet. So I'm hoping that, one of these days it's going to say, hello, I'm ready to talk, because crystals have their time. They talk when they need to talk. Sometimes it's instant, and sometimes it waits for a minute until when you're ready to get that information, and then they just open their mouths and they say, hello, this is who I am, and this is what I'm here to do, and this is how I would love you to use me so that I can help you and everyone else for that matter. And then, of course, I have my big daddy here, this Selenite Crystal. This is my light energy stone. Definitely goes under my pillow. I lay on it sometimes. It's just amazing. This light energy, aura cleansing. I know the purpose of selenite. If you have a selenite, put it under your pillow. Put it under your pillow. It's time for you to start getting connected to heaven. I'm telling you the truth. I mean, that's just my own personal experience. Of course, have an intention that you remember your dreams. Trust that you remember your dreams. These days, the energies are so high, and everything is raising in vibration. All of us are raising in vibration. So it's so much easier to connect. Don't think that you can't remember your dreams. You can remember your dreams. So when you sleep with this crystal, remember what you see. Remember what you feel. Remember what you hear. If need be, wake up and just write it down. Remember what the dream is. And then in the morning, maybe when you wake up, just try to process what exactly happened here. Or when you get back to sleep, when you wake up and write your dream and then you lay back in bed, just try to figure out in that moment, what was it that this information meant? And just listen to the first thing that comes through for you. What does that dream mean? How is it helpful to you? Dreams are a way for us to be communicating right now. There's a way for so much information to come through, so much healing, so much love, so much reconciliation, so much guidance. So just be aware, be open, and allow. And some of these things, sometimes you don't have to do them yourself. Sometimes some of the things you see in your dreams are already actions that are being taken on your behalf. So just allow it, experience your dreams, interact with your crystals, and just, I'm telling you, we are in such wonderful, wonderful times. And always remember that even in dream time, you're doing a lot of work. That's why sometimes you wake up so tired, because you've been working a lot on so many things, on so many levels, and in so many different places. So just open yourself to that interaction with angels, and just allow your heart to expand, and allow healing to come to you in dream time and in daytime. And just, it's just such a wonderful time. Don't miss out on it. Put your stones under your dream, connect to heaven, let the angels come and support you. And I'm telling you, it's just a wonderful, wonderful time to be alive. I love you guys so much. Let's keep dreaming. Our dreams are definitely going to come true. Don't be deceived about it. That's the truth right there. Dreams are coming alive, and dreams are changing our lives. See you next time, guys. Love you.